Hello HEMA friends! Today we keep going with our Incrosada series, and in this episode we will see the three different parts of the sword, which are a critical thing in relation with the Incrosada. This is because crossing with different parts of the swords in different situations means a completely different outcome. Okay, let's start. The three parts of the sword. The part of the sword, as I said in the previous video, are punta, medio and forte. The punta is the part of the sword which have the lesser leverage, the maximum acceleration during the cuts, and the maximum reach, speaking about thrusts and cuts. The medio is the part of the sword which have medium acceleration, medium leverage, and of course, medium reach. The forte is the part of the sword which have the lesser reach about all the three parts of the sword, the maximum leverage because it is next to our hands, and at the same time it has the lesser acceleration, which is almost the acceleration of our hands. These three different parts of the sword create 9 different crossing. My punta on the opponent punta, my punta on the opponent medio, my punta on the opponent forte, or my medio on the opponent punta, my medio on the opponent medio, and my medio on the opponent forte. The last 3 are my forte on the opponent punta, my forte on the opponent medio, and my forte on the opponent forte, which is a very critical stretto situation. So, how this part of the sword interact with the action that I have shown you in the previous video. Now, if you have not seen the previous video, check in the video description and you will find the link. Or just check in the end of this video and you will find again the link to the previous one. The first action that I have shown was the parry. Now, doing the parry, we want of course to parry with a stronger part of our sword, if possible. We can also parry with the same part of the sword, so medio against medio, for example, because if we have a better structure, if we catch the opponent flat, for example, or use other thing that can improve our parry, we can use easily the same part of the sword. When we parry on the other way, we want to increase the chance that our parry works, and if we can parry with a stronger part of the sword, it is better. So, let's see a few examples of parry. The second action that we have seen is the beat or the battuta. Now, during the beat, we want to beat the opponent's sword with our medio or our debole. And this is because we want a part of the sword which have a good acceleration, because with a good acceleration we can transfer energy to the opponent's sword. Now, a sweet spot between medio and debole is even better, because we have a good compromise between speed and leverage, because leverage is also critical during this action. When we hit the opponent's sword, in general we want to hit the debole or the medio of the opponent's sword, because more or less the same reason. We want to hit the part of the opponent's sword which have lesser leverage in this case. But during the beating, because of the speed of the action and because of the power that we create, hitting a similar part of the opponent's sword is okay. But still, it is preferable to use a slightly stronger part of our sword. Okay, let's see a few examples of beat. The third action that we have seen is the bind. Because of the nature of the bind, when we start binding onto the opponent's sword, we will try to be as much far away as possible from the opponent. Simply because if we start to apply leverage in a position which is too next to our opponent, it will be dangerous because it will probably start the opponent reaction. So we will start binding sometimes punta on punta because we need reach, but at the same time we can't work punta on punta because it will be too hard, and it will rely only on the strength of both defenders in general. So what we want to do is try to put our medio, for example, on the opponent punta to start gaining space and degrees in which we can work with our offensive action. As soon as we have gained the degrees using a stronger part of our sword, we can launch our action. When we start our offensive action, we will try to put our forte on the opponent debole or on the opponent medio, simply because we want to try to gain maximum leverage and be sure that the opponent's sword will not be able to parry our action, or put him in a situation in which he has to parry in a very deep and strong way. Okay, let's see a few examples of binding action. Okay, so we have seen how the three different parts of the sword are related with our three actions. In the next video we will start to see the action described in the Fiore Battaglia manual and how these are related with the action that we have seen in these previous two videos. Remember, if you want to see more of my videos and read more of my articles, just join my Patreon community. You will find a number of videos also related on this topic. Guys, I hope this video will help you. Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to my channel if you have not already done it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. And try to put our forte on the opponent debole or and try to put our forte on the opponent debole or put him in a situation in which he have